Alright, I haven't made a video in a long time. Um, it's just been like to the point where I just haven't really like needed to make a video. I mean, I have needed to, but like I just I keep forgetting, and but yeah, I just want to come on here and give a little update. So today is April 6th. It's the night of April 6th. It's like 7:30 and we go into work in like 3.5, 4 hours. But we had another full weekend off, which is, I guess, cool. But with that being said, like I said, I wanted to come on here and kind of give an update video. So there are a lot of things to cover, but there's really been nothing like huge. So honestly, everything that's big that has happened was like 2 months ago. Like, obviously I made a video about the new apartment with Jonathan. That's been going great. This is my favorite place I ever lived. I like it. It's nice. I have my own big room. Jonathan's got his own room. It's pretty nice for, I'm 20, he's 19. I got my couch, got everything that we need, it's nice. But I just really haven't been in the mood to make them, or like nothing has like, usually when there's like stuff going on in my life, like I'll obviously come and make videos about it. But, I haven't really had I haven't really been in the mood to make the videos. But yeah, I mean, so I guess if I'm thinking back about 2 months ago, so I don't even think I updated anyone on this. I may have, I just can't remember. So if I have, I guess excuse me on that, but I'm going to say it again. So number one, obviously I did make a video on us moving. We've been here for almost 2 months. Actually, we have been here for 2 months now. So that's pretty cool. Everything's going great. Number two, a pretty big thing that happened a couple of months ago, like right before we even moved over here. My car stopped working. So I don't have that car anymore. The Veloster Turbo. That was a pretty big part of the channel. Honestly, there was times where I even thought about just stop doing everything and just kind of like go ahead and just do car only videos. But that obviously did not work out. So what happened was the car had plenty of oil because I checked it. Unless it just automatically drained everything within like 2 days. It had like, it was completely full almost 2 days, 3 days prior to this happening. But it lost all oil pressure and it locked the turbo up and that locked the motor up. It's, it really sucks because it literally broke down on me. And I had to when I was leaving work one morning at 7, it broke down on me at the nearest gas station because I was literally, my goal was to just get in there and go straight to get some oil, just because at first I thought it was low on oil, which I was like, well, how is it low on oil when it was like full 2 days ago? And it wasn't low on oil. It just absolutely lost all oil pressure. Somehow I don't even know how that happened, but it did. So it was in the shop for about a month, and or 3 weeks to a month. It was about a month. And I was like pretty excited about, getting it back because I thought I was going to have, a brand new turbo, new, exhaust system, all of that. Got everything, got all of that on there, and come to find out, it wasn't just the turbo, like the motor is locked up. Like, it was in limp mode, like bad limp mode, so it was barely even drivable. Like, it would barely hit, speed limits. And then they put the new turbo on it, and then it had full power. But, it had full power, but it just had it was loud. The motor was loud. It had a loud engine noise, like a little tick. It had like a little whine to it as well. Not the good kind of whine, by the way. But anyway, I've been driving my that Watts SUV, the Mercury Mariner that I used to drive before I got my car last year. I've been driving it for the last 2 months. So yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty interesting 2 months, but it's been a very, very normal 2 months. Like everything has been normal. I being on my own, um I've had absolutely no trouble with anything at all. You know, it's gonna be, it's been a pretty good, I guess, 2 months. I've had no issues. There's been, some rough days at work, which you had those all the time when you work at Sunshine Mills. Um, but um, I don't know. It has been a pretty decent couple of months, I will say. And like I said, I like this better. And by the way, this is going to be a pretty long video, but obviously there's a lot to catch up on. I do like living here better than I liked living by myself over at the other house. Even though I had no neighbors, nothing like that, it's so much better over here. I like where it's at more. Yeah, I loved like that house. I kind of like the idea of it, being off, in the middle of nowhere. It's way more quiet here. I lived right in front of the highway at the other house. I had a horrible landlord. And here it's kind of like a management group, so it's not somebody that's coming in and checking every day, or somebody that's cussing you out or something like that. It's very, 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 very easy and chill. You just pay your rent and there will be no problems. But yeah, I mean, everything's been going pretty good. Now, as far as looks maxing, as far as my recovery, as far as even bikes, there's a couple more things I want to get into. So, I ain't gonna lie, for the last couple of weeks, so I had an old payment come out that was like $1,000, and I was in the negatives. I've been in the negatives for the last like 2 weeks, because my last check was horrible, but this check's gonna be better because I don't know, we didn't work hardly any at all that day, or I think that week, but it's gonna be better from now on. But anyway, um, I'm pretty excited about everything. Um, I mean, actually, I'm just gonna go straight into just talking about bikes first. So, like I said, I've been in the negatives for the last couple of weeks. I got hit with a random payment that I never expected to even hit my account, which I don't even know how it did hit my account, because I'm pretty sure my card was linked to PayPal, or that PayPal account was linked to that payment, and my debit card from my bank is linked to PayPal. So if any time that there is a payment that does not go through PayPal, it'll be charged, and it'll go through on my debit card that's associated with my bank. So I guess that's how that happened. I just never expected it, because I had to link my debit card one day to send my mom some money or something like that. But yeah. So I was in a grind mode when it comes to bikes. Um, Speaking of bikes, something pretty big happened recently. Jonathan sold his bike this past weekend. He actually sold it Saturday. And yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty crazy last couple of months, but he sold his bike. I don't know why I say it's been crazy. It's been very, very normal and good. But he sold his bike. And obviously I really do want to get a bike, but I'm not near as like pushy and rushing as I was to get a bike. I do really, really want a bike. Honestly, I really just want a bike for the sound, and the looks, and just to have one. I literally just want to ride to the gas station every now and then, shoot some content, do some rollers, stuff like that. Just kind of aura farm. That's literally the only reason I want it. I don't want it to do group rides. I don't want it to do 150 on the highway, cutting in between traffic. I don't want it to do wheelies on. I don't want it to show off. Or, I mean, I do kind of want it, like I said, aura farm, but I just literally want a fire hoodie, a fire Instagram helmet, pista. And then I just want to kind of vibe and just hear the inline four scream. That's the reason I do want to get a bike. I will get a bike eventually. I'm for sure 100% getting a bike. I'm just not near as rushing and I guess pushy as I was. Now that's, I guess, everything on bikes. So I'm pretty sure Jonathan is out of bikes. I mean, he sold that bike, and he has the money right now to go get a 600 like he's always wanted, or like I guess we've always wanted. And he's not doing that, and I don't really blame him, but whatever. um I guess I'm pretty sure he's out of it for a while. And he obviously does not have a bike anymore. He never even rode it. It literally never got rode. Maybe like once a week, at best. Sometimes not even that. But that's bikes. I want to start moving more into looks maxing. So, obviously, I was huge into looks maxing. A couple of, like when I was doing all those videos, with Retta, the peptides, GHK, MT2, all of that. And I ain't gonna lie, it was the summer. Like, those are really, really good peptides to start. Yeah, those are great peptides to, like, Red is good all year long. But, like, and even GHK, but, like, MT1, MT2, I would start doing that now. Like, right now. Like, if you start MT1 in April, by end of May, June, summertime, you could look really good. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And obviously I was on MT2 last December. And obviously it was the best peptide when it comes to actually being efficient. Retta didn't even touch me, didn't do anything, even at 8 milligrams. So something must have happened. Either I did it wrong or something happened in the, I guess, in shipping or something like that. But I didn't notice much on GHK because number one, first and foremost, I have really, really, really clear skin. My thing, I wanted it for more of a glow and to tighten my skin up, and just for the hair boost. I wanted it for, better hair growth. And I will say this, my facial hair grew faster being on GHK than it does, with not being on GHK. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I'm going to get 3 more peptides. Well, actually, maybe even more. So I'm going to get MT1 this time. Might get MT2, I don't know, but I'm probably just going to get MT1. And next, I'm going to get Retta, of course. I'm going to get Retta because that's the number one thing that I need. Number 3, I'm going to get the Glow Stack. So that is basically BPC 157, 157, whatever, TB 500, and GHK. So I want TB 500 and BPC 157 for muscle recovery, and like, just obviously for my knee injury when I had the bike wreck. That's doing, it's a lot better now. It's great. It's fully healed. It's just a big scar now on my knee. It's obviously, it still hurts sometimes. It is still tight because it's whatever. But it's like 90 to 95% normal now. So I can definitely live with it, no problem. It's very, very, I don't even think about it most of the times. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life. So, but I do want to get I want to get the Glow Stack. Like I said, it is TB 500, BPC 157, and GHKCU all in one. So that's why I want to get that. So I'm going to hop on Retta again. I'm going to get the Glow Stack, and I'm going to get MT1. And then I want to start getting, like, maybe some other stuff. I don't know yet. That's in the talks. I want to do some more research. But those are the main 3 that I want to get. But with that being said, obviously, we got a Ninja smoothie blender over there. I haven't even used it yet because I just haven't had, the opportunity to go get stuff. But I'm going to start using that to make, pretty high protein, good smoothie bowls, stuff like that. Or just regular smoothies in general. And also, I dyed my hair, and it's right now, it's like kind of, I dyed it about a month ago, and it's very caramel like. It's like a brown with like kind of blonde tints. And then obviously it's pretty dark down there where my hair was dark. But I'm considering a couple of things. So I don't know. I really, really, really I really want to go Agartha look. I want to go for that Agartha beachy, just the regular Agartha look for all the memes. But I also really like it because, blonde hair, blue eyes, that's pretty cool. But I don't know if I looked better with darker hair or more blonde hair. Everybody has been telling me that the lighter hair suits me better for some reason. But I feel like I personally looked better when I had darker hair. I have like aquamarine, bluish, greenish, ocean type of eyes. And I've never ever been told that my eyes were popping and like stood out until I went dark. And I've heard that, you know, is that Jonathan? No, it's not. But anyway, I've heard that like even like espresso, that's like dark with like kind of brown tint, like bare. It's like more dark. It's like black with just a couple brown tints. And I've heard that even gives more contrast to aquamarine eyes than Jesus Christ, even just straight up black hair has. So obviously black hair is going to give you the most pop and most contrast. So that is what I'm considering doing. I don't know what I want to do yet, but it's very, very tempting. But yeah, with that being said, that's just about everything. I need to get a new phone. There's a couple of things that I need to get. Obviously, I don't even technically have my own car. I've been driving the white SUV, and also I've been driving I can also ride with Jonathan when I have to, because Jonathan actually works at Sunshine with me now on third shift. So that's pretty nice, pretty chill. But with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Obviously looks maxing. Actually, no, I'm not even done yet. Hold up. There's a lot of looks maxing stuff that I'm trying to do. I want to get on like some, like, I think it's Goli or Golly. It's, they have like good ashwagandha. They have like good prebiotics or whatever it's called, good for your gut health, good for, just a lot of good stuff. But with that being said, looks maxing is back into a full swing, for sure. And I honestly want to take it to a whole new level that I never took it to last time. And I never really got out of looks maxing. I've been doing self-care the whole time. But I kind of just, I've been really busy. Life kind of caught up with me. So I literally just kind of dyed my hair. And I've been just going to work every day and kind of, doing whatever. But that era when my hair was pretty dark was pretty cool. But with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.